Alright, so in this video we are gonna import assets into our project. So let's get started. First we'll create all the folder structure for all those assets to load. So we'll right click here, we'll select new folder and we'll name them assets. Then we'll create another folder for blueprints, and finally a folder for HUD. HUD stands for heads up display. So basically that's all the interface elements that's in your project. Now in the assets folder we will create subfolders for materials, another one for sounds, and finally one for the VFX we are going to add for this project. So there are two ways of loading assets into our project. The first way is to click this import button on the top and we browse to the folder where we have the meshes. We select all the meshes and we create open. So this import options dialog box appears. Now if by default this auto generate collision will be on, in our case all these meshes are not going to interact with our player character, so we're going to turn off the collisions for them and press import all. So that's one way of loading assets. Now the second way is you can go to your Explorer, browse to the folder and you can drag and drop the files directly into the content browser. So that's another way of loading assets into your project. Now let's get to the blueprints and we'll create a player blueprint here folder, and in that folder we'll load our player character. So that's this folder. Now for loading the player, first we will import the rig and we are gonna set skeleton to be true, import mesh to be true, and basically we'll leave the settings at default and press import. So that loads the rig, a physics asset and a skeleton, and alongside with it the materials that come with the FBX. Now to import all the animations, we go select the rest of the files except the rig and we press open. Now make sure you have, we can tick off import meshes since mesh is already there, and make sure the player rig skeleton is selected and we press import all. So that imports all the animations. Now to test it has successfully imported them, you can double click on any and you can see it in action. Now one more thing left to import is the HUD. So we'll get to HUD and here we'll create another folder called assets for HUD, and in that folder we'll import the fonts and we select yes all, and then we import the UI, the title and the play button, plus open. So basically that's it for the assets for this project, and we'll continue in the next video. See you there.